Well, hi, everybody. It's John Elzinga, and welcome back to It's a Great Day to Serve the Lord Devotions. And today we're going to talk about a very, 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 very familiar passage, the passage of the prodigal son. But we are going to look at it from a little bit different angle. And my lead-in question to you is this: how open are your arms? How open are your arms? You know, the passage is found in Luke 15, verses 11 to 31. And I'm just going to read 17 to 31. But you know the deal. There was the younger son. There are two sons of this man. And the younger son decides that he wants his inheritance in advance. And so as the father agrees to it, he cashes in on it. He goes to a foreign country, and he indulges in all kinds of sin and different kind of things, and blows all of his money. He gets so broke that he's working in a field of a farmer with pigs. He's working in a pigsty, and he's looking at the leftover kernels of corn and stuff that the pigs are eating, and he's beginning to desire that. And all of a sudden he comes to his senses and he thinks to himself, you know, I could go back to my father, could put my tail between my legs and ask to be one of his servants, because one of his servants certainly eats better than I'm eating. And so he goes back to his father. And verse 17 says, when he came to his senses, he said, how many of my father's hired men have food to spare? And here I am starving to death. I'll set out and go back to my father and say to him, Father, I've sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired men. So he got up and went to his father. Now watch this. While he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son and threw his arms around him and kissed him. The son said to him, Father, I've sinned against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. But his father said to his servants, quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fatted calf and kill it. Let's have a feast and celebrate, for the son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. So they began to celebrate. And then, meanwhile, the older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. Your brother has come, he replied, and your father has killed the fatted calf because he has him back safe and sound. The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, look, all these years I've been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders, yet you never even gave me a young goat so I would celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours, who has squandered your property with prostitutes, comes home, you kill the fatted calf for him? My son, the father said, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad, because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. Great, great story. I want you to observe a couple of things about this story. Notice what the father didn't do when the young son came back to him. The father didn't humiliate him. The father didn't ream him out and chastise him for all of the sin that he had done in blowing his inheritance. The father didn't shun him and look away and say, you're no longer my son. The father didn't push him away. The father didn't reject him. The father didn't look down on him. What did he do? What did the father do? He sees his son coming, and he ran to him. Isn't that great? He ran to him, and he threw his arms wide open, and he hugged him, and he kissed him. Now, I'd like you to do something for a minute. I'd like you to close your eyes. Now, if you're listening to this while you're driving, don't do this. But you can imagine what I'm about to project to you. I'd like you to close your eyes and imagine you are the prodigal. And your father runs to you as you come home. And he hugs you rather than condemns you. He kisses you rather than chastising you and humiliating you. How do you feel right now? It is so palatable, I think, in this story. If you put yourself in the prodigal's position, which we are, by the way, we are the prodigal. You can feel his love and mercy embrace you. Folks, that's where the healing begins. That's where the restoration begins. The story wasn't over, clearly. Clearly, there was still stuff to do. There was healing to be done. There was restoration to be made. There was a messiness within the family. The older son just resents the younger son, resents his father. The older son was so good, so obedient, and he got nothing? There's still messiness in our lives too. There's still work to be done. Even though the Father has come and embraced us, there is still messiness to come. But the story shows us not only how great our Father's love is toward us, but is an example of how generous and extravagant our love needs to be toward others. And so, dear friend, I ask you, how open are your arms with the people in your life? Maybe the people that have harmed you. Maybe the people that have said something bad toward you. Maybe the people that have wronged you. How open are your arms? Maybe the people who have messed up. Maybe the messiness in life. How open are your arms? Let's say it another way. How quickly and deeply do you forgive? I want to suggest it's something to pray about. God bless you, and remember, it's a great day to serve the Lord. Hey folks, before you go, I want to say a couple of things about what I'm trying to accomplish with It's a Great Day to Serve the Lord devotions. And I'm going to be kind of raw and honest with you. I really want to accomplish two things. I want to make an impact, and I want to make an income. I want to make an impact, and I want to make an income. Impact, way more important than income. I'll take impact over income any day. But I've realized over the years that you never know. You never know with these kind of things. You never know what message, what word within the message, what story within the message is going to make a difference to a person. There can be a story and a scripture and a message and a question and a challenge that hits the right person at just the right time. A particular message could be an answer to prayer. It could be a road to healing. It could fill somebody with hope. It could be a conduit that reconnects somebody with the Lord or connects them with the Lord to begin with. It could provide encouragement and emotional strength to help somebody just keep going on. There's any number of things that can happen with these devotions in the lives of the people that listen to them. Maybe you. You never know. So because of this, I'm asking for your support by doing 4 things, please. Please listen. Number 1, pray. My prayer is that thousands of people will see and hear these devotions. The only way that'll happen is if you do the next two things. Subscribe and share. Subscribe and share. There's a little red, if you float your cursor over the video, there's a little red subscribe at the bottom right-hand corner. You click on that and you've subscribed. Your views are already recorded. Share it. Share it to the people that you know. If this is on LinkedIn, share it and all of LinkedIn will see it. If this is on Twitter, share it and your Twitter followers will see it.